So, the official word is fuck the turtles. That's what I led with on my date. They said fuck the turtles. I mean, the guy from the mayor's office actually said motherfuck the motherfucking turtles, but I had to clean it up a bit for a first date because I am all about the class. So that's what I told him, Cutie McCarty. I told Cutie McCarty. They said fuck the turtles, and then he's all glassy-eyed. It's like, so what do you do again? And I realized either I haven't actually told him yet what it is I do, or I did tell him and he just didn't hear or didn't care, or some combination in varying degrees of them both. So I have to explain it. Like, think of a supply chain as a progressive series of milestones that a product, let's say a fancy new shiny thing that's all the rage, Xmas, goes along to get it from the factory. That makes it to the outgoing port, on a vessel, over the ocean blue, through another port, and customs clearance to a transload facility where it is added to other keen relish for your pleasure, picked up and driven along a highway to a distribution center, and ultimately shuttled to a retail establishment of your choice so that you may purchase it and finally be happy.
Viola.
But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
You beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring in chase of you. So I did abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force that on you in a shameful cunning which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honour at the stake, and baited it with all the muzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving, enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart. So, let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No.
Falk. Mrs. Falk, do you know Jade?
Jade.
Yes.
Why?
I have a small but interesting collection of jade pieces. I asked you if you know jade because in jade, it's the craftsmanship, the carving of the jade that's the most important about it. This one, for instance, a miracle of a carving. Tiny as it is, it has two figures carved on it. The legendary Prince Ankh and Princess Ung, and a heron flying above them. The artist that carved it probably received for this miraculously delicate workmanship, well, I would say probably the price of a month's supply of rice for his family. But the merchant who employed him sold it, I would guess, for at least 300 pounds sterling to an English lady who got tired of it and gave it to me, perhaps because I painted her not as she was at the time, but I could see she must have looked in her youth. Can you see the carving?
Yeah, honey, I'm not operating a hawk shop here. I am trying to run a hotel.
I know. But couldn't you just accept it as security for a few days' stay here?
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh, yes, I heard them all, and more too, for some of them had more feet in them than the verses would bear.
Well, that's no matter, the feet might bear the verses.
Aye, but the feet were lame, and could not bear themselves without the verse, therefore stood lamely in the verse.
But didst thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of wonder before you came. For look here, what I found on a palm tree. I was never so berhymed since Pythagoras' time that I was an Irish rat, which I can hardly remember.
Trow you who hath done this?
Is it a man?
And a chain that you once wore about his neck? Oh, change your color.
But you know, I prithee who?
Oh, Lord, Lord, is it a hard matter for friends to meet, but mountains may be removed with earthquakes, and so encounter?
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Nay, I prithee now with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, wonderful, and yet again, wonderful, and after that, out of all hooping.
Good my complexion, dost thou think though I am apparelled like a man, I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? 1 inch of delay more is the South Sea of discovery. I prithee tell me who it is quickly, and speak apace. I would thou could stammer that thou mightst pour this concealed man out of thy mouth as wine comes out of a narrow-mouthed bottle, either too much at once or none at all. I prithee take the cork out of thy mouth, that I may drink thy tidings. But one. Gentle my lord, let me entreat you speak the former language.
Plainly conceive, I love you.
My brother did love Juliet, and yet you tell me he shall die for it.
He shall not, Isabel, if you give me love.
I know, your virtue hath license in it, which seems a little fouler than it is to pluck on others.
Believe me, on mine honor, my words express my purpose.
Little honor to be much believed, and most pernicious purpose seeming. I will proclaim thee, Angelo, look for it. Sign me a present pardon for my brother, or with an outstretched throat I'll tell the world what man thou art. I'm sorry that I hit you with that snowball, Snowy.
It's alright. I know it was an accident. And I think after all this, we'll get along better.
I know I'll be more conscientious and I won't let my impressive job be an excuse for being a jerk at times.
That's nice to hear.
There's something else too. With those fixes we made to the sleigh, it has the potential to go even faster. If there were a larger team, we might be able to reach top speed.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I think this year both reindeer and unicorn should deliver the toys. What do you think?
I think we'd make a great team!
Nice.
I'm not avoiding things.
You are absolutely avoiding things.
You know what? Yes, right now, right this fucking second, not thinking about men or work or life or anything, that would be great. Or a sane conversation. Also great. But because whether or not I think too much or whether or not I freak out like a normal person, it is fucking exhausting to freak out as me. To have to scroll through every single little detail or possibility the minute you kiss someone, like it... Shit, okay, fine. Yes, I kissed Cow Socks guy. No. Oh no, he kissed me. He kissed me, and I thought I had a plan. Nope, it just happened. No plan, no checklist, just chaos. And I think maybe I can actually like him, you know, more than. And I think if I could just. But I mean, can you shut everything off? Is that the secret?